Should I start it on the coffee machine? It's got things happening. You don't want to intro the video with me? Good morning, everyone. I feel so dumb. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. It is 11:15. It is our anniversary tomorrow. Jack and I's anniversary. We've been together 6 years. 6 years. Except he's working tomorrow, so we're hanging out today. Yeah, we're gonna go out for lunch. We're just gonna go to the pub. We're not doing anything super fancy or anything like that. We're just gonna go to the pub for lunch. And then the purpose of today's video, which I'm so excited about, don't know how Jack thinks about it. Jack is going to come to the bookshop with me and I'm gonna get him to choose out my next read. I'm so excited because I have no idea what he's gonna pick.
Something with a cool cover. That's all I got going for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. You'll be allowed to like read the cover and everything like that, like read the blurb on the back, but you can't like open the book or anything like that. You got to choose it based on the blurb on the back and the cover. I'm really excited. Price range?
How much we got left on that card?
I have the gift card that you gave me for my birthday. It's got like 50 something left on it, which will be fine for the bookstore that we're going to. I said this wrong in my last video. Is it Harry Hartog? Because I was saying Harry Hartog, babe. There's no second H. It's...
Heartthrob.
Okay. Harry Hartog. Anyway, we're going to Hasdog. We're going to Hasdog to bookshop. What are you doing?
Just looking at things and stuff.
Why they do such a big palmy with such a little plate?
That's a sniddle, darling. It's a little sniddle.
Oh, snitty. I'm so out of breath. We're in the bookstore. He is going to pick me a book to read.
It's very gold.
And maybe not from the children's section.
It's green and it's wrapped.
You got to spend a little bit more time looking.
$60.
It does look really cool.
Thick with a octopus. H.P. Lovecraft, you like that one?
I've never actually read anything by them. I'm not sure what they're about.
Why do I know that name then? Your blood on my bones.
There's no on word there, darling.
He needs to kill Wyatt.
Who's Wyatt?
It's gotta go though. The black phone. Oh, that's interesting. I don't like that.
Now a major... No, you're not allowed to look inside. Only the back.
Sorry.
Only the blurb.
Blurb. Those cool books.
I think I might have read those first two.
Oh. Is that good or bad?
I can't remember what I thought of them. It was a while ago.
Did you have these ones?
Yep, sure do. These are my favourite.
That one.
I've already read that.
What the hell?
It's about murder.
Murder. I feel like
This is the aisle?
Yeah.
This is the aisle of books I like. I haven't read that one actually.
No, no? All blessed by the gods. It looks cool though.
Which book was that you said looked cool?
Den of Vipers.
If you know, you know.
$60 duck umbrella.
I'd pay $60 for those.
Look at this little fella.
Look at this little fella.
Look at this little fella.
Alright, which one have you picked?
We've chosen Lady of Darkness.
Did you just get it because it's the sword on the cover?
Well, I didn't actually see the sword.
You said Lady of Darkness. And you thought it looked fun.
But it is a thick boy.
How many pages?
520 something.
It's light work.
It'll take me my whole year.
Do you know this
my
one?
Whole life.
This one. That was
Yeah.
one. That was like 800 pages. Like 100 chapters. Alright, that's the one that we're going for?
Yeah. Lady of Darkness.
Very nice. I don't know what happened, man. We're in Big W. And we're looking at garden stuff. We were just meant to go to the bookshop. I want to go to Kmart.
Absolutely not. That's a trap.
No Kmart.
Trap. That's a trap. I know.
Anywhere's a trap if you're as fun of a shopper as me.
Yeah.
It is obviously many hours later. It is, what's the time? It's 5:45 now. It is many hours later. I got home and all I did was sit and rot. 5:45. Hello? It is about 5:45 right now. I got home from shopping and I was just dead. I was so tired. And I had a coffee before, had a coffee this late in the day, so I'm gonna sleep great. Anyway, got home and I haven't even read the book yet. So what Jack ended up picking out for me was Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Roerich. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Melissa K. Roerich. Ended up being $40, so pretty average for Harry Hartog. I'm gonna keep trying to say that right. Like, look at, she's thick. She's a thick girl. She's like 500 pages or something. Bugger. Jack was so indecisive with choosing a book. He was like looking at all of them, as I'm sure you saw. And he's just like, picked it up, went, yeah, that looks good, and then put it back down. So I'm keen to start this and see what I think. I'll check back in when I have an opinion of it. I'm going to start reading it. We'll see how much of it I read and what my opinion of it ends up being. Anyone else, when they see a map in a book, they just flick right past it? I'm not going to remember anything. And a pronunciation guide. That'll be what I look at after I've read the book and I go, oh, so it's not actually pronounced that way. I'm not here to learn. Okay, so it's currently Sunday. It is Sunday. I didn't do any reading whatsoever yesterday. I actually felt quite unwell for most of the day. So I didn't do any reading. So what I got up to in this book was page 21. A little bookmark that my mum crocheted me. I think it's crochet. But my mum literally made this for me. Is there a better gift? I'm really wanting to smash out some reading today. Hopefully, maybe even like just binge read it and finish the whole thing. I would like to do that. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not, but how I read, I rest my book on my legs like this, and the corners are really sharp, so it like digs into my legs and it hurts. We have finished Lady of Darkness, the first book in the Lady of Darkness series. I'm guessing that's what the series name is. It is not in fact a duology as I thought. I had assumed it was a duology because I only saw 2 books at Harry Hartog. Judging by the pages in like that tells you what other books in the series and what other books the author has written, there's 6 books in this series, including a novella. 6 books. I was wrong in assuming it was only a duology. Anyway, whatever. I love accidentally getting myself into a series when I thought it was just gonna... Look, I didn't even know that I would like the book this... Okay. 5 stars. I should have just started with that. This is a 5-star book for me. I loved... Okay, let me tell you a little bit about it without like telling you anything about it, if you know what I mean. I loved the pacing. I loved the world building. I loved the hints at the magic system. Obviously, this is kind of the first book in a 6-book series apparently, so we're only at the very start. So there was only sort of mentions as to what the magic system is, but I really enjoyed it. I like that the female main character is the morally grey-ish character in this case. I mean, she's an assassin, so I put that as morally grey. I like that she was the morally grey one in this situation. Normally it's the male main character that's the morally grey one. Don't get me wrong, I like that as well, but it's just nice when it's the female main character for a change. If you like Throne of Glass and that whole series, you would, I think, enjoy this book. Obviously, totally different plots, very different books altogether, but there's a lot of the similar themes in this one regarding like assassins and like the Fae and stuff like that. I really enjoyed this. Like, I really like this. If you know, you know, but I would put Scarlet and I keep going to say Cassian because Akatar, but I would put Scarlet and Cassius's I would put Scarlet and Cassius's relationship in the same sort of wavelength as Aelin and Aiden's. Oh my god, obviously I'm not good with pronunciations. I would put their relationship very similar to the Throne of Glass, Aelin and Aiden's relationship. I really enjoyed that. I predicted some of the ending of this book, like some of the things that came to light. I predicted some of the things that I was just like, oh, obviously that's the case. And then some things they pulled out, I was like, ha, you got me. I wasn't expecting that. You got me. And I like that. I like when I can guess some things about the book, but then some things are still a, oh my god, sort of ending. I honestly don't have any faults for this book. There isn't anything that I would change. I think it's a long book. It's like 520 pages, which is a lot. That's a big book, but I feel like every single one of those pages had a place. There wasn't a whole lot of fluffing around or filler chapters or anything like that. I feel like every page had meaning to it. Like, there wasn't a page that was like wasted, and it wasn't just a long book for the sake of being a long book, because honestly sometimes fantasy can be that way. Fantasy tends to be longer books, and that's because you need time for the world building and that sort of stuff, but sometimes it can kind of get lost and it's just kind of a long book for the sake of being a long book. But this book actually needed that time and that room to sort of make the story progress and set things up. And if this is just the first book of the series, I'm incredibly excited to read the rest of the series. I have a feeling I'm going to be downloading this on my Kindle and reading the rest of the books until I can get my hands on the physical copies. I'm very pleasantly surprised at this read. I need to get Jack to pick more books for me more often because he literally chose this because there was a sword on the cover and he liked the title of the book. So Melissa K. Roerich, I'm hoping I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you for writing. It's such a fantastic book. I have not had a 5-star read in quite a long time. My last 5-star rating was the Percy Jackson books, which is actually a reread for me that I read at the start of this year. So very pleasantly surprised, really excited to keep on reading the rest of this series. I'm going to finish this video off here. I hope you enjoyed watching it. This is my first like proper video, like sort of longer video. I have no idea how long this video will end up being. I'm hoping I can cut down some of my yapping to a certain extent. I'm hoping to film my next video throughout the next week. If that gives you any hints on what I'm planning on filming. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported this by like watching and liking. It's really nice, and I've had a lot of nice messages from people telling me like good job and all that sort, and it's honestly, it's really nice. I really want to make this into a hobby, and I was feeling a little nervous about posting. Like, I don't know why I felt nervous about this and not TikTok, because I post TikToks quite regularly and have no problem in doing so. But I was feeling a bit nervous about it. I'm like, oh, what if people think it's dumb? And then I'm kind of like, on the other hand, I'm like, I'm literally on a spinning rock at the moment. Like, who the heck cares? I'm just gonna do this thing and see what happens. So anyway, until my next video.